Hey, JF here, aka Ragnarok, coming back at you with another video. Oh my god, I'm keeping my promises. And like I said in my last video, I'll be doing a Switch video. In my last video, I had about 35 games, and today I have 65 games, so not quite more than double. In my last video, I had showed you guys my games and also the switches that we have, me and my wife has, and some of the accessories, some of the little switch cabinets and whatnot. So I'm not going to show you guys those again, but I will show you guys another Switch that I bought. I bought a Switch OLED, and then these controllers here I bought separately at our local pawn shop for my wife for Christmas. But I got a Switch OLED with a case and a charger, not a Nintendo charger, but still a charger. And Pokemon Brilliant Diamond at another local pawn shop, not the one that I bought the controllers. I bought all those for $200. Switch OLED, a case, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, and a charger, not a Nintendo charger, for $200. That was a steal. I was not gonna let that go. But anyways, the Switch games. I'm gonna show you guys all my Switch games from like all over again. I'm gonna show you all 65 as opposed to just the 30 new games that I got. So yeah, so let's begin. Number one, we have 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, something like that. I had watched another video game collection video on YouTube, and this gentleman praised the living hell out of this game, so I thought I would get it myself. It is a visual novel game, but also it's also a strategy game, so there's strategy elements to it as well. It looked interesting. It's an Atlas game, so I figured I'd pick it up. And then we have Alex Kidd, this one again. No, I have not played this since my last video. I am so sorry. I do want to play it. No, I want to play all of these games. I want to play all of them. I promise you, I do. We have Animal Crossing: New Horizons. I bought this one for my wife for Christmas because she's never played an Animal Crossing game, but I know she would love it. So I bought it for her. She wants to finish Pokemon Violet, which is another game that's coming up, and then she'll start playing this one after. We have Astral Chain. So this is a game developed by the same people who made Bayonetta. And oh my god, I love this game so much. The beginning started strong. It kind of got a little slow in between, and some of the levels were really empty and didn't feel like there was much going on. But the combat is a lot of fun, and it's picking up again. I almost have this game beaten. And yeah, man, I really love this game. Next up, we have Black Future 88, another game that was in my last video. It's okay. I said I liked it in my last video, I think. I played it again not long after I made the video with my brother, multiplayer. And the HUD information, man, oh my god. We share the same screen, and the HUD information that goes all around the screen, it just takes over the level, and you can't see what you're doing. You can't see where the baddies are coming from. There's actually thankfully an option so you can shrink your HUD, but you have to shrink it to the point where you can't see any of the information for you to be able to play the game like normally. Yeah, so it's just a big eye strain, and it's kind of annoying. I'll give it another go, but I think I can only play it single player, to be honest. And then we have Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night, Castlevania type game, love letter Castlevania, beautiful graphics, very good game. And then we have Carry On. I had purchased this game twice now. I gave my other copy to my brother, but when I found at my local pawn shop that they had the special reserve version of Carry On with all the goodies for relatively cheap, I had to pick that one up, and then I just re-gifted the other one to to my brother for Christmas. But yeah, Carry On. It's a 2D horror game where you get to play the monster and wreak havoc. Can't go wrong with that. And then we have Collection of Mana. I still haven't finished Final Fantasy Adventure. I said I was going to finish it last video. Never got back to it. I will get back to it. Hopefully. Next up we have Darksiders Genesis. It is a action-adventure game. Yeah, is that what it's called? Action-adventure, like overhead game. And I played a little bit of this with a friend of mine, and it was pretty good. It's the only Darksiders game I have, because I was never really interested in the other ones. But this one here looked intriguing, and I bought it, and it was pretty cheap. It was $30 brand new, $29.99. So yeah, I got it, and I played a little bit of it, and it's pretty good. I do want to play this with my brother Sly is watching. I do want to try playing this with you one of these days. We have Deadly Premonitions Origins. Remake of the PS3 Xbox game. Apparently it doesn't play as good on the Switch as it does on the PlayStation 3. I don't know about Xbox. And then we have Deadly Premonitions 2. And one of my first ever Switch games, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Love it. One of the newest games in my Switch collection. Newest as in like recently released. And that's Fire Emblem Engage. This was a present for me from my buddy, the same buddy that I mentioned in my last video, who was a super Fire Emblem fan. Bought me this game, and we played it together a little bit, dual screen here in the basement, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun so far. I didn't get very far into it, so I do want to I do want to get back to this game. I still haven't beaten Fire Emblem Three Houses though, so I should probably finish that one first, shouldn't I? And speaking of, we have Fire Emblem Three Houses, a very long game as far as like text and reading, and it kind of drags a little bit, but it's a fun game. Fire Emblem Warriors, pretty fun game. I played maybe an hour of it so far. We have Fishing Star World Tour that came with a fishing reel. Here. Fishing reel right here. Came in the pack. The game is okay. The fishing reel is kind of impressive. I do like the fishing reel. The only thing is you have to put the Switch controller in this hole, and to be able to like go to the startup screen and whatnot, and go to options or whatever, you need to use the analog stick here, and it's a bit of a pain having to like try to control the game, but I guess you can just take it out and then do it. But anyways, other than that, it's a really fun game. It's a really fun reel. The game isn't that great. The reel is pretty sick, and somebody let me know if you can use this reel for other fishing games on the Switch. That would be cool. And then we have Gal Metal, another game that I saw in a Switch collection video that looked really neat, so I bought it on Amazon. It is another story time game, and I'm thinking that maybe my daughter might enjoy this when she gets older. I'm into heavy metal, so I'll be playing heavy metal in the house, and then maybe she'll get into it also. We have Golf Story, a game that I briefly played when I bought it, and it was a lot of fun from what I remember, but I don't know if it's a game that I'll spend too much time on. Then we have Goosebumps the game, kind of an impulse buy. I doubt it's any good, but I had to buy it for the nostalgia reasons. I'm a 90s kid. I was born in 92. I grew up on Goosebumps. I grew up on Are You Afraid of the Dark? I grew up on, you know, these types of shows and horror in general. So a bit of a nostalgia buy. Then we have Helmut, pretty hard and hardcore game. You have House of the Dead remake. I played this almost as soon as I bought it, and it's a really short game, but it's a fun game. It's a fun little arcade zombie game, of course, And I recommend anybody who is into horror, into zombies, into arcade games to get House of the Dead. Oh man, Hunt Down. Oh my god, I have like 4 save files of this game and I haven't beaten the game once. I almost got it beat in my first save file, but like I keep restarting the game because I keep wanting friends to play it with me, like friends who have never experienced the game. And my wife also, so I have a save file with just me, then I have a save file with my wife, and then a friend of mine, and then another friend of mine, and it's a fun 2D shooter, 80s style game, and oh my gosh, so much charm to this game. It's a blast to play. And then we have Hypnospace Outlaw, a game about 90s internet. It's a storytime game, and I think, I might be wrong on this, but I think the physical Switch game was exclusive to Best Buy. I think you can only buy it at Best Buy or Amazon or whatever. I could be wrong on that. Let me know. But this is a fun game. I made the mistake of playing a ton of this and then letting it sit for a while and then picking it up again and just not remembering anything about anything, what I was doing, which sites I visited and whatnot. And so yeah, my recommendation is if you're going to play this game, play from beginning to end with no breaks or no other games in between, because yeah, you're gonna get lost unless you like to write notes while you play games, which I doubt people do that. But if you do. And then we have Ikai on the Switch. I was surprised to find this at my GameStop for $29.99, but oh my god. It is a horror game, and from what I hear online, it's an okay game. It's not the greatest horror game, but I mean, like, the cover looks sick without the stickers, and it looks like it looks like a game that I might enjoy myself playing during the Halloween season. So we have Kaze and the Wild Masks. I praised this game in my last video. I'm going to praise again this one. It's an awesome DKC type of game, but then you find these masks in specific levels, and then you play the game differently. So like you can find the bird mask, and then you play the game like Flappy Bird. I don't know if anybody remembers Flappy Bird, but you play the game like Flappy Bird, or then you find the tiger mask, and then you start sticking on walls, kind of like Super Meat Boy, I guess. And then there's water levels, and where you would have to wear the shark mask. Anyways, there's different ways of playing the game outside of just the DKC style, which makes this game, you know, a lot of fun. It doesn't get boring. And then we have Kolat. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not sure. Narrated by Sean Bean. It's pretty cool. I asked my local pawn store to hold this for me as soon as I saw them posting a picture of it on their Facebook page. Had to get this. Another kind of indie horror type game, walking simulator. And we have Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I mean, it's a Legend of Zelda game. What more do I have to say? Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. What more do I have to say? And Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Thank you, my brother, for buying me this game. Another recent purchase was Lego Jurassic Park. Another recent purchase, Live Alive, a game that is a remake of a Super Famicom game from back in the day. This looked like a lot of fun, and I hear a lot of good things about it, so I bought a copy. The Longest 5 Minutes felt like the longest game that I've ever played. I bought this game because Radical Reggie had mentioned it in one of his pickups videos with Metal Jesus. It looked interesting, and it sounded interesting based on what he said. I had this one held with Kolat actually on the same day. But I played and beat this game, and I still to this day I'm not really sure why I chose to beat this game, because this was a long, boring game. The texts were dreadful to read through. It was just a lot of filler garbage like, hey, how are you? Oh, I'm doing good. How are you? Oh, I'm doing great. It's that kind of reading where like I could skip an entire like 15 minutes of text and I still would have known what was happening because it's very obvious what was happening, right? And like, I don't know, man, I did not enjoy playing this at all. We have Luigi's Mansion 3, a game that I freaking love to play. I did enjoy that one. Beautiful game, beautiful atmosphere. Mario plus Rabbids, Kingdom Battle. So this one I bought it at a Walmart, and it was mispriced actually. I paid like $30 for it, and it was supposed to be a brand new $79.99 game. And then we have Mario Kart 8. I think I was the only YouTube channel that had a Switch collection video that didn't have this game. I'm pretty sure I've watched through a lot of Switch collection videos on YouTube, and I think pretty sure I was the only one that didn't have Mario Kart 8, but now I got it. We have Mario Party Superstars. Oh my god, fun game. Like I said in my last video, really fun game. Mini games are great. Maps, I don't know why there's only 5 maps. I don't know why the stars always stay fixed in the same position in each map except for maybe 1 or 2. That's kind of annoying. I like it when the star just kind of like gets randomized in other parts of the map. But anyways, Mario Tennis Aces, fun game. I got stuck somewhere in the story and never played the story anymore. But I played with my wife and my brother and his wife, and they really enjoyed it. And so do I. Metroid Dread. Oh my god, I love this game. Screamed at the TV a lot. Yeah, I really love this game. And highly recommend it. Monster Sanctuary. So this is a limited run by. Came with a box set. And this is a Pokemon-like 2D Metroidvania game. So that sounded interesting and I had to get it. We have Overcooked Special Edition plus Overcooked 2. Did not play nearly as good as the PS4 version. We have Overcooked the first one on the PS4. I got it digitally for free. And me and my wife played it and beat it together. We loved it. But when we bought this one, the frame rate was pretty bad. It was pretty laggy. It did not play as good as it did on the PS4. I'm not too sure why. Oxide Room 104, another horror game that I found randomly at GameStop. I had never heard of it, but I saw the cover and I was like, hey, hell yeah. Oh, and I also just noticed that this is another Elden Reforestations project game. So like, every time you buy a copy, a tree gets planted. Kind of cool. Paper Mario, the Origami King. I keep wanting to say the Origami Killer, I don't know why. Well, I know why. We have Pokemon Arceus, and no, I have not played Pokemon Arceus yet. I'm sorry. I said I would in my last video, but I didn't. I did say I was going to beat Brilliant Diamond before playing Arceus, and I did do that. I did beat Brilliant Diamond. The first ever Pokemon game that I ever beat. Surprisingly. I played so many Pokemon games growing up, never beat a single one of them. That was the first one. And then we have Pokemon Shining Pearl. I really pushed my wife to buy this game so that we can trade Pokemon. Pokemon Shield, a pretty decent Pokemon game. I liked it, but I did not finish this one. Pokemon Scarlet. So I played this one and beat it as well. So that's 2 Pokemon games I beat. And yes, the performance is terrible, the graphics are terrible, but the game is so fun. The game is so fun, and it kind of pisses me off that like Pokemon could do so much better. The Pokemon Company could do so much better. Like, hire the Zelda team that made Breath of the Wild and make a Pokemon game. That would be freaking amazing. But the thing is, it's still a good game. So it's like, I can't return it. It's still I had so much fun. And we have Pokemon Violet. So I bought the 2-pack. My wife played this one. She's almost done beating it, like I said earlier. Another game that's actually new to my collection, and that's Postal Redo, another limited run game. Looked really interesting. The cover looks macabre as hell. We have Remothered Broken Porcelain, game that my wife actually bought. She found it was boring though, but I hear good things about it online. And then we have R-Type Final 2, so this was part of the inaugural Flight collection set. Very hard game to play. Yeah, it's a pretty hard game to play. It kicked my ass. Ring Fit Adventure, another game that kicked my ass. Oh my lord. But I need to lose weight, so this is kind of a must play at this point. We have Ruiner, a game that was felt a bit unfinished, especially in the city that I would end up in after every like level. But overall, I enjoyed myself playing the Ruiner, and it's a cyberpunk style game, and I love cyberpunk. We have Scott Pilgrim vs. World, another limited run game that also came in a collector's box, but I got this one at my local pawn shop. I was so happy when I saw it, man. Oh, because I had this on the PS3, and then I didn't. They pulled it out of my library after I had paid for the game. Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz HD. It's gonna be a game that I see myself playing with baby Eva quite a bit. We have Super Mario 3D All-Stars because, well, of course, why wouldn't you? And we have Super Mario Odyssey. So this was a pretty fun game. I quite enjoyed it. A lot of people say it's their favorite Mario game so far, but I wouldn't go as far as to say it's my favorite, but I did quite enjoy it. Somebody tell me where this game, I bought, obviously you see that I bought this used. Like, is that from like a set or something? Because there's nothing in the back. I'm thinking it's probably from like the box that came with like a strategy guide or something, but yeah, I find it weird that my copy doesn't have like the usual stuff that it would in the back. We have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. My main character is Meta Knight. Yes, it's Meta Knight. Are you gonna fight me? You are gonna fight me? Well, I'm gonna fly over you and kill you with my drill attack. How about that? We have Tactics Ogre Reborn, a remake of a 1995 Super Famicom game. Looks like a lot of fun. I could have paid the same price for this game on the PS5, but it looks like a game that I would prefer playing on the Switch. The Cowabunga Collection, because of course, I grew up on TMNT on the NES. The NES was my first ever console, which is odd for a kid born in '92 to have the NES as their first ever console. But you know what? I appreciate the fact that that was the first console that we ever had. But anyways, yeah. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle on the NES, we had it growing up, played a bunch of it. Had to get this game, which comes with a bunch of other TMNT games, of course. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I already beat a couple of games in this set, but not the NES first game. That's for sure. That's a tough game to play. Oh my lord. We have Shredder's Revenge. I got the limited run published game that came with a VHS box set, which I thought was really cool. We have Toki, that comes with the Switch cabinet that I showed you in my other video. We have Valfaris, a super heavy metal game. Hard, but very fun to play. The visuals are awesome. And yeah, man, really enjoying Valfaris. Wild Guns is it Reloaded? Yeah, Wild Guns Reloaded, a game that kicks my ass. Holy moly! The girl character, I forget her name, is probably the best character you can use to play this game. But in my opinion, oh man, kick my ass. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Another game that I really want to find the time to play, as well as Xenoblade Chronicles 2, of course. And finally, last but not least, Yoshi's Crafted World. Played this with my wife. It was fun, but I'm finding it really hard to pick up and play again. It's one of those games where it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm Canadian, so like, picture you buying poutine and then you're eating poutine, but you're full. You haven't finished your poutine, you put it in the fridge, and then you grab it again, and it's just not the same. It doesn't taste as good. You really loved it the first time you had it, but now it just doesn't taste the same. It's kind of like that. It's just, I don't know. Did that make any sense? Anyways, that'll do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I found the time to make another YouTube video, and that's a habit that I'm going to try to stick with, going to try to roll with as much as possible. And yeah, like I said in my last video, during my parental leave, hopefully I'll find even more time to make videos. So yeah, so stay tuned. Alright, see you guys. Bye.